Captains, we are finally here. The legendary Minotaur, the British light cruiser at the tip of the spear, the tippity top, the best of the best. And yes, the Minotaur is a wonderful addition to Legends. A great ship at legendary tier, is a menace if you know how to play it correctly. Let's take a look at the build that I have. It is a unique build. It's one that is definitely hard mode for cruisers, but is really, really unique. So let's take a look at the commander, which is one that most of you may not have. It's the Transformer Hot Rod, which is the British commander. So it's unique to this line. And if you see in its base trait, it has a radar cooldown time of -9 seconds, with its special skill being a reduced air detectability, and its radar duration has increased. It's not even fully maxed yet, but you'll see just how important this comes into play. And here are the mod slots that I picked for the Minotaur itself. You have aiming systems mod to help with the dispersion and the rotation of your torpedoes, which you have quite a few of them. Double rudder, we try to make this as agile as possible. It's kind of a hybrid build. And the main battery reload booster, bringing down the main battery reload by a little bit. The repair party, it comes with 3, and it has super heals, which you will absolutely need. Next, we take a look at the sonar, which will detect ships up to 4.9 kilometers with a duration of 100 seconds, and 3.4 detecting torpedoes. But here is where it really counts, the radar. 9.9 kilometer range with a consumable duration of 43 seconds. That's for you. For everybody else on your team, it's 38 seconds. And combination-wise of the range and the duration, this is the best radar in the game so far. Your survivability is at 43,300 with a torpedo damage reduction of 21%. Your artillery is all main battery. No secondaries to speak of. You don't need them. This does plenty. 152 millimeters is the exact same as it's always been, but 2.9, essentially 3-second reload time with this build, 15.8 kilometer range with 3,200 shell damage per shell. To the torpedoes, you still have the 16 torpedoes, the same as the Neptune, 8 on each side, still able to launch tube by tube, 10 kilometer range, 62 knot speed. All of this is very, very familiar and hasn't really changed much. I normally don't talk about AA defense, but this thing, bone stock, not spec'd into one thing with the air defense, comes stock at 100. It is some of the best AA in the game. You don't have to do anything, and you can see it goes out to a firing range of 6 kilometers, and we are facing a carrier in this match. The maneuverability for an agile hybrid build is not too bad. It's 37.5 knots, a great turning circle radius, better than the Neptune by far. You do notice that, and the rudder shift time of 2.8 seconds is sub 3, which makes this very agile. You can shift left and right really easily because you'll need to dodge shells. Concealment, it's not great, but it's not bad. It's average, and when you have an agile build, you're going to lose that. However, with this specialized commander, we do get reduced detectability range by air to 6.2, which gives you a 0.2 buffer from when you get detected by air and when the planes actually start getting shot down, which is very good. I don't have a ton of battles in this ship, but I primarily play this with this type of build, so I don't hide and smoke typically. I have a couple of games where I utilize that, but mainly this is the playstyle I have adopted, so these are the stats with that reflected. Looking at the armor, it's pretty similar, if not identical, to the Neptune. It is a different boat, and it is a different layout, but this ship has the exact same armor scheme as the Neptune. 16 millimeters of armor wrapped around. You can see the orange part. That is your citadel, and it is raised, and it goes from the front turret to the back turret. It is stepped, which means it extends high above the water. If you get hit by anything plunging with battleship caliber shells, AP rounds, they're going to punch your citadel. They're going to ruin your day. And your heals are going to be effective in healing that back, but just don't get hit.
I'm here to burn rubber and take out Decepticons, and I'm out of rubber.
So our commander has a little bit of a different voice, and the background music is a Transformers themed music, so that's going to be a little bit different. Comes unique with the commander whenever you purchase it, which I did a while back when they were featuring it. But we're on the map Shards. Again, we have no smoke, and we are facing a carrier, which is unique. I don't see many of them, but now that people are getting the two legendary carriers, we're going to start seeing that more in this game. And the Minotaur is more than equipped to handle and basically take on a carrier. Remember, we're at 6.2 detectability by air, which is really low. And our AA starts shooting at 6. And that's going to really come in handy. Without this commander, I probably would have been spotted by now, and this Yamato and Alaska on this side would have been able to take shots at me. But because I have the commander, I'm not seen. I am able to shoot them right now, and they're not focusing me because they have no idea I'm here. I haven't been spotted yet. I'm just curious to see if the destroyer was spotted over here, and I don't believe it was. I believe the carrier was spotted with the Yamato and Alaska, which leaves this cap essentially wide open. I still could have shot here, but I just don't want them to know I'm here. I want surprise to be my weapon, and if you can take these ships by surprise, it definitely helps you. So we're going to move in straight into Charlie Cap. Haven't been detected yet. Haven't taken a shot yet. No one knows that I'm making this move other than my teammates. The carrier didn't come over here to spot me. So this is all ideal. Everything so far has worked really, really well for me to get into this cap. I have to utilize islands because I do not have smoke, but I have a whole bunch of utility to spot and find out information for myself and for my team if need be. Plus, the torpedoes are another tool that I have at my disposal, and because they have no idea that I'm here up until right now, I could potentially torp around this corner as they're trying to make that push and get a couple of torpedoes and surprise them. I don't know that to be certain, but I've got 8 torpedoes on each side, so we're going to throw those out there and see what we can get. So right now, my first objective is just to cap. And here I get spotted. And now my AA immediately starts to go off, but then he turns around and leaves. So I was very, very briefly spotted, but even in that short amount of time, my AA was still kicking in. So this thing is already a menace for planes in the air, and you'll see that a little bit. I don't get focused nearly as much as I thought I would. Maybe the carrier player knows not to mess with a Minotaur because it's pretty much you're going to deplane a carrier if they try to come in, and so for reasons I can only assume that that's the reason why I don't get focused here in the early going. Still not spotted, as you can see that I would have been spotted right now, but because of that unique perk with the commander, it really keeps me concealed via the air, which is so good. So if you ever get an opportunity to get this commander and you love the Minotaur, I would highly recommend you checking it out. Yes, it costs money, but I think it's fun, and I think it would be worth it just from my personal opinion. But that's neither here nor there, just my opinion. So we've got the cap, and now there's no reason to be in here, especially with the Yamato and the Alaska pushing around this corner. The first set of torps that I shot out did not hit anything, and now we're spotted by the Yamato, so we might as well open up, and these guns are really, really good at dealing the damage. And but the Yamato can punch through me and really ruin my day and wreck me hard. But my torpedoes are able to take him out before he's able to get a shot off on us, still leaving us full health. Our Shimakaze, who came from, I guess, mid and didn't really help towards mid, decided to come and help me out, but it's not really needed. I got everything that I needed over here. We need to kind of move on from this side. There is an Alaska still over there, but at this point, he's not that big of a threat towards that cap. He's not really pushing into it, so I need to move on to try and secure these other caps. Bravo is already taken, like I said, and Alpha is being switched right now. So here we see the Sovetsi Soyuz that's way out there, and here's a little bit of a potato move. Here I'm trying to see what's my torpedo range, and I'm going to try and push around this island. Take a couple of cheeky shots while I'm on my way. I am targeted right now. He does shoot at me, and I'm not paying attention as much, and I hit this itty-bitty little spot, and I just stop. And I don't know what I hit, but I thought I had enough room and clearance to get around it, but I am stuck briefly. And I'm thankful this Soyuz is the only thing out here that can hit me. Finally, I'm able to get away from this rock that literally brought me to a halt. And so I kind of dodged a bullet on that one. I could have really been hurt a heck of a lot more than I actually was. So there's my potato move of the match. And here, this is where map awareness comes key. I'm spotted. But I'm behind an island. The only thing it can be is a destroyer. So I pop my radar and boom, there he is. So now we're chiming in, and look at the duration and how much DPM I can pump out. This Shimakaze is toast. He's between me and a Worcester, and both of us combined could really wreck this guy's day. However, the Worcester's not really paying attention, and so I'm able to do all of this myself. And the AP, being short fuse as it is, makes very short work of the Shimakaze. I have a feeling torpedoes are on the way, so I'm going to quickly turn around. I don't have my hydro running at this point because I really just didn't feel like I needed it. The Alaska decided to take a shot, but because of my agility, I'm able to dodge that. And the Alaska's awfully low, but he gets taken out right there. So great on him. Our ship count looks good. We were able to trade a couple for them, but our cap situation is not ideal. And although we are up by just a handful of points, it's essentially tied. But the favor is with the Reds, even though they're down a ship, because they have cap control. So my next thinking and just the next play that I want to make here is to get into Bravo cap. But in order to do that, I need this Soyuz dead. I want to push in so desperately, but I know that if I do that, he's going to focus me. He can overmatch me everywhere. Unless I get lucky bounces right on my Citadel belt, which I cannot guarantee, I'm going to die. I'm holding my shots here because, again, I don't want to be seen. But when I realize he's not really focusing me, now I'm going to chime in because I'm steaming towards the edge of this island, which is going to give me enough cover. Here a shot comes in, so I'm going to turn and negate a little bit. He actually hits my turret and knocks it out, causing no actual damage to my ship. He just takes out a turret, which that's a good trade for me. I'll take that. Still shooting as I try to get around this corner. I'm still spotted. Now we drop spot. And here's the Musashi on this side, because my thinking was, well, the Soyuz is blocking Bravo from the right-hand side. I'm going to push around on the left and get into Bravo that way. But this Musashi is going to prevent that push as well. So we're actually tied in ships, and I don't like the situation. Now we're as you can see, the score is, it is what it is because we did lose one ship and they have the cap advantage. So there is no guarantee that we're going to win this right now. I can't push into Bravo as much as I want to. I just can't. I'm just spotting for our Worcester over here so he can keep shooting the Musashi. And now I'm spotted, and everything's targeting me immediately. So now I'm turning out. I stop. I try to slow down, and I get hit pretty good. And I'm going to take a bit of a hit here. There's a Citadel against me, but my heal, I'm able to heal a good chunk of that back. Again, utilizing those heals. The Musashi, the reload is not bad, but mine is so much better. And he's on fire 3 times, and my AP against his broadside. We're going to make real quick work of this Musashi. He does get one more salvo off, and we're going to try and dodge these, and he does hit us in the back and gets a good penetration damage against us, but it's not a Citadel, and we're just trying to dodge all these shells that's coming in. Thankfully, they're missing us. And now it's just the carrier, the Soyuz, and this Yamato. And now we got to kill him because If we can take these guys down, I can get into Bravo Cap. I feel confident that my AA can keep me from any damage that the carrier can do against me. So that's what I consider the winning play. We got to be able to take these ships down. Now, they are technically within Will to Rebuild range, but because Will to Rebuild has been nerfed the way that it is, they're not going to be able to survive if they get multiple fires on them. They can't will out of that, which is good. I'm thankful for the nerf. I know a lot of BB captains probably aren't, but I'm thankful for it. So they can't stick around in the same square and hope to win. We're continuing to chime in, and there our carrier does a great job of finishing it up. The Yamato is pushing around this corner, or at least looks like he is, so we are dumping torps in the direction to try and give us a little bit of a buffer, because if he comes around the corner, he has every ability to one-shot us off the board. So I'm just hoping that my torpedoes ring true. Here we're spotted. He is looking right at us. And the shots come in, and I'm like, oh, he's shooting HE. Well, that's ideal. Doesn't kill us. We're able to get him with the torpedoes. We damage con, and we heal all this back. And now the only thing we have left is the carrier. Our Worcester's doing a great job getting into Alpha, flipping that cap. We're in Bravo Cap. Now we're the only ones accruing points, and all we got left is this carrier. And now my AA can start to go to work. But this carrier player is going to prove awfully competent, as he is going to utilize the best that he possibly can. And well, you'll see here in the next couple minutes just how effective he is. He does get us with a good double fire. We are on cooldown. We can't stop it. We can't heal it, although we do have the ability here soon to do that. Our fires are going to burn out before our damage con comes back, which is ideal. And we are going to be able to get this cap, which is the winning play. So even at this point, even if the carrier kills us, we are able to, we're going to win on points. There's just 3 of us left, like I said, and the rest of us are all really good AA ships. So it's going to be really tough. Here I turn left to try and fake him out to think that I'm going to make a hard left turn. And then I turn back into the right. However, his 4 torpedoes, I'm not able to dodge it. And he gets a flood on the nose, almost taking us out. Thankfully, we had our damage con and our heal. We're able to get all that back. Trying to go inside again. These torpedoes are just really relentless, and he gets us on the nose again. Thankfully, that didn't cause a flood, but now we're on cooldown. We got 40 seconds to survive another torpedo hit and hopefully not take another flood. So just trying to dance back and forth as much as we can, and we're not going to be able to dodge this one either. Our turning circle's not good enough, and he gets another flood, and we got 25 seconds left. And unfortunately, that's not going to be enough. I can't survive this. I'm going to tick down too far. So I just give a good luck to the rest of the team. I was at 4 kills. I was hoping to get the Kraken off of this carrier, but it's not meant to be, and we're done. With 0.6 left on our damage con. We just couldn't quite survive it. So good job by the carrier, even against a Minotaur. I'm guessing my AA must have been a little less effective because it was kind of late in the game, and we did take some hits with the HE. And HE damage against your ship will knock out AA module slots, making your AA less effective late in the game. So that's the only thing that I can assume. But we're in the last minute. The score is what it is. Although it's 2v1, we're just not going to lose this. So that's kind of a look at the Agile Radar Minotaur. I like it. It is not an easy play style. I don't see many people playing the Agile Radar except for maybe Hipper. But it is a really fun play style if you love playing cruisers like I do. Give it a shot. And this commander makes it really, really fun. 3,300 base XP, top of the leaderboard, 4 kills. Almost got a Kraken, not quite, but still a fun game. You can play this well. Got really good results with the credits as well. So we're almost done with this series, the Light British Cruiser line. This is the second to last video. I have one more to showcase of the Smoke Minotaur. And then we'll be done, and I'll have to move on to another series. So thank you, captains, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this series. I sure have. It's been fun. It's been challenging. It's different. But if you want to see a different series with a different line, comment below. Let me know. And if you haven't subscribed, there's going to be a lot of these videos coming. So go ahead and subscribe and like, and share it with some of your friends. And thank you, captains, so very much for tuning in. This is the USS Endeavor, signing off for now.